everyone, I welcome you all to today's topic Decodified session. In this session, today we are going to talk about Electricity Amendment Bill 2022. We shall be covering this particular topic in the following sequence. First of all, we shall figure out why this particular bill is in news. Then the background with regards to the development, the key provisions of the bill, the issues related to the bill and the way forward thereafter, because whenever as a UPSC CSE aspirant you are looking at the problems or issues, you must also start thinking about the solutions for the same. And thereafter the session shall conclude with prelims and mains based practice questions for you all. But before I move any further in my discussion, I want you all to pay attention to the very crucial announcement, that is Polity and Ethics Foundation Course 2023, which has started yesterday itself, and you can take admissions in this course. To inquire further regarding the admission details and the course details, you can contact us on the given numbers and also visit our office in the old Rajendra Nagar market. More importantly, public administration batch is going to begin. Optional batch is going to begin on 25th of September. So do not miss out on this opportunity and avail yourself, book yourself the seats as soon as possible. Also, the current affair course has been scheduled in the first week of September. So you can also connect with us for the same. Now, let's begin with our discussion. So why it is a news? The government wants to usher in much needed reforms in the power distribution sector with the Electricity Amendment Bill 2022. But the bill met with stiff resistance. Now, what is the requirement of reforms? Why this word much needed has been used over here? See, a lot in the power distribution sector, power supply chain is problematic, right from generation of power, and especially when it comes to distribution of power, the discoms are in dire need of reforms, right? They are incurring losses over losses, and that's why we need to deal with it accordingly. So the background of this whole issue is that the Electricity Amendment Bill 2022 was there to amend the Electricity Act 2003, which was introduced in Lok Sabha on 8th of August 2022. The bill proposed to regulate the electricity sector in India, and it will set up Central and State Electricity Regulatory Commission CERC and SERCs to regulate interstate and intra-state matters respectively. So here you need to note that electricity is a concurrent subject, that is both state and center can make laws on it, and the responsibility of distribution, however, rests with the state government of India, and government of India is supposed to facilitate the efforts of the states to provide power to consumers in an improved manner. So there is concurrent list for this subject, but the responsibilities are somehow predecided, predetermined. The key provisions under the bill are, see, please note that this is not yet an act, this has not been passed, there is a controversy around it, that's why it is in news, and that's why we are trying to understand the whole bill. So the key provisions we are going to discuss now. First of all, ending the monopoly of discoms. The monopoly of discoms over retail supply in their licensed areas will end. It provides for multiple distribution licensees, that is discoms, to operate in the same area of supply. It adds that a discom must provide non-discriminatory open access to its network to all other discoms operating in the same area on payment of certain charges. The central government may prescribe the criteria for determining the area of supply. Then, next point is that CERC is going to get licensing power for multi-state retail. This is going to be a major change. The Central Electricity Regulatory Commission, that is CERC, will now license the applicants for distribution in more than one areas. Then comes in the cross subsidy balancing fund. That is another key provision of the bill. So the bill adds that upon grant of multiple licenses for the same area, the state governments will set up a cross subsidy balancing fund Cross subsidy refers to the arrangement of one consumer category subsiding the consumption of another consumer category. So any surplus with a distribution licensee on account of cross subsidy will be deposited into this particular fund. The fund will be used to finance deficits in cross subsidy for other discoms in the same area or any other area. Then comes in the payment security provision. The bill provides that electricity will not be scheduled or dispatched if adequate payment security is not provided by the discoms. The central government may prescribe rules regarding the payment security afterwards. Then there is a reform regarding contract enforcement. The bill empowers the CERC and SERCs to adjudicate disputes related to performance of the contracts. These refers to contracts related to sale, purchase or transmission of electricity. Further, the commission will have the power of a civil court. So CERC is going to have a power of civil court. Then there is renewable energy purchase obligation. So the act empowers state electricity regulatory commissions to specify renewable purchase obligation RPO for its discoms. These renewable purchase obligations refer to the mandate to procure a certain percentage of electricity from renewable sources, say solar energy or wind energy. Failure to meet this renewable purchase obligation will be punishable with penalty between 25 paise and 50 paise per kilowatt of the shortfall. So this has been provided. Now let's understand about the CERC. So CERC is a statutory body functioning under the section 76 of the Electricity Act 2003. The commission consists of a chairperson and 4 other members including chairperson, Central Electricity Authority, who is the ex officio member of the commission. The functions of CERC are to regulate the tariff of generating companies owned or controlled by central government, to regulate the interstate transmission of electricity, to determine tariff for such transmission of electricity. It also advises the central government on the formulation of national electricity policy and tariff policy as well. Now what all are the issues? We have seen that bill is trying to bring about certain reforms, right? What is the problem then? First of all, the opposition alleges that it is against federalism. Farmer bodies as well as the opposition believe that by allowing multiple private agencies to distribute power in one place, the amendments will weaken the power of states, because right now most of the discoms that are operating are that of the state government owned. So the amendments will effectively curb the right of state governments to regulate tariffs and distribution and are against India's federal structure. Despite electricity being in concurrent list, the centre gave no time to the state to express their views on the proposed amendments, and in the process, the basic tenets of federalism were trampled upon. Adopting its provisions blindly would be against the letter and spirit of the Constitution of India. Now, you have understood the issues, what all allegations are there or what all issues are being highlighted by the opposition and state governments, right? So what is the way forward about it? So the centre should address the concerns. First of all, there is no way you let the concerns be and do things like a dictator, right? This is a democracy. Since even at the state level, there is elected government, directly elected government, so it makes sense that you give it the due respect to listen to it, right? So first of all, it only makes sense for the centre to listen to and address the concerns of the states and include them in the debate together with the stakeholders to ensure that the provisions of the bill are implemented effectively, because power is a subject of concurrent list of the Indian Constitution. So it's not like centre is doing something absolutely illegal. It is doing something which has some ethical hampering probably, right? So to address concerns about monopolies, the government should make sure that both government and private discoms operate on an even playing field. Appropriate regulations and regulatory procedures are there so that it could be ensured that the services are being offered equally throughout the nation. So these were the way forwards. right? Now, this was about the information, all that I could have discussed with you with regards to the Electricity Amendment Bill 2022. This whole content actually makes up for your mains answer more than that, right? A 250 words answer, and in fact beyond that. So now let's look at the prelims practice question. Consider the following statements. Schedule 7. So this is inspired by that fact that I had highlighted for you that electricity falls under concurrent list. So that is the inspiration of this particular question. So let's look at it. Consider the following statement. Number 1, Schedule 7 of the Constitution enumerates the taxation subject provided under the list 1 and list 2. Then statement 2, there is no head of taxation in the concurrent list. Statement 3, Union and the states have the concurrent power of taxation. Now you have to look into the statements and see which one of them are correct, and the following are the combinations given for you to choose from. So A, 1 and 2 only, B, 1 and 3 only, C, 2 and 3 only, and D, all of the above. Put the correct answer in the comment box below, and I shall be sharing the correct answer with you, discussing about it with you tomorrow. Now, let's look at the mains practice question. Discuss the major challenges that are ailing the power sector in India. You will be answering this particular question in 150 words and sending your answers to us on WhatsApp to get them reviewed. This is it for today. I shall see you again tomorrow. Till then, take care, stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining in.